A teacher at Lee High School has a Black Lives Matter flag in her classroom. She tells News4Jax administrators want her to remove it. Here's a photo of it. It comes after teacher Amy Donofrio was featured in a News4Jax story last night about the efforts to rename Lee High School, where she works. News4Jax reporter Joe McLean joining us live at the campus. Joe, that teacher said she's not taking that banner down.
That's what she tells us. She said this morning administrators gave her an ultimatum. They said she has to take that banner down by tonight or they're going to do it. Well, she says she's going to let the school take that down. This is the flag that caught the attention of some alumni and parents. A Black Lives Matter flag hanging since last fall in the Lee High School classroom of Amy Donofrio. After she was featured in a News4Jax story yesterday, alumnus Joey Stevens took to social media calling her out.
And I just think that that goes against anything that should happen in school. Teachers should not be promoting organizations, whether it's political or social injustice type organizations, and trying to influence their students.
Hours later, Donofrio said Principal Timothy Fagans told her to take the flag down by the end of the day. Fagans is seen in this video captured by senior class president Deonna Burton during student protests earlier this year. Black Lives Matter chants heard in the background.
We always want to make sure our students have a voice, and we want to listen to them and make sure that they're always heard.
But student expression is different than that of teachers. Board policy states that teachers aren't allowed to influence students to support any candidate, party, or issue. Even more specific, this memo from December bans employees from backing social movements or causes, including flags, banners, or signage on district property. Donofrio says Black Lives Matter shouldn't be seen as a partisan stance, but a support of human rights and anti-racism.
You are either for racism or you are anti-racist. To be neutral is to be pro-racism.
And of course, as we've been reporting, this all comes amid the heated debate over the future of Robert E. Lee High School, the name. As we're seeing right now, these protests outside Robert E. Lee High School, this one calling for the name of the school to be changed. Of course, we've seen these demonstrations as these meetings have gone on. There's one starting within the hour at 6 p.m. in the auditorium. The next and final one for Lee High School is on Thursday night. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.
A student-led demonstration at this Jacksonville school is shut down by administrators. It was at Lee High, which is now in the middle of a heated debate over whether to rename the nearly century-old school.
News4Jax reporter Joe McLean has been covering this story extensively. He's joining us now live from Lee. Joe, this development follows your report yesterday about a teacher's Black Lives Matter flag.
It does, Tom. We told you yesterday when administrators told that teacher she has to take down this Black Lives Matter flag that was hanging outside her classroom, or the school would do it. And that's what happened. Late last night, administrators took down the flag. That's why students tell us they wanted to stage a demonstration today, but they didn't get the chance. After Lee High School teacher Amy Donofrio was told to take down this Black Lives Matter flag from outside her classroom, students planned to stage a walkout demonstration Wednesday morning, similar to the ones we saw last month.
Black Lives Matter!
Donofrio said the same banner seen in this footage she captured on February 12th is the same one Principal Timothy Fagans demanded she remove from her hallway door. She told News4Jax in an interview yesterday.
Every single thing that we do should be focused on what's best for the kids. That's my philosophy as an educator, is that we are about supporting the kids and being a very crucial part of supporting an equitable community.
Donofrio said administrators removed the sign late last night, and today students noticed.
They took down a poster that said Black Lives Matter that represented most of the students that go here and what we believe in, and they took it down and didn't say why. They took it down.
District policy bans teachers from using their position to influence students to support an issue, and a December memo specifically addressed flags, banners, or signage on district property. Today's demonstration at Lee High School was not allowed by the school.
Security stood outside like every blockway during the time that we were supposed to walk out. They stood and blocked everything.
District spokesperson Tracy Pierce said students aren't allowed to organize an assembly without the involvement of the school's administration. You can't have an unplanned, impromptu demonstration. Now, where is that flag now? I'm told it was confiscated by the administration and it's being held for whenever Ms. Donofrio wants to pick it up. The district also said it's not going to be commenting on the situation with that teacher. They say it's an ongoing HR matter.
Breaking now, the teacher who was told to take down a Black Lives Matters flag from outside her Robert E. Lee High School classroom has been removed from her teaching duties and is pending an investigation. The school district just confirmed this information this morning. This is a story News for Jax first broke Tuesday, and reporter Joe McLean joins us live from Lee High School's campus this afternoon to walk us through this update. And Joe, what have you learned?
Well, what we've learned is that teacher Amy Donofrio has been, taken out of the classroom. She's been reassigned to paid non-teaching duties for the time being. Let me take you through this story because this goes back to Tuesday. We first reported Tuesday when she was told by administrators to take down that Black Lives Matter flag from her classroom, hanging outside her classroom since last fall. She refused to take it down, so the school administrators did. Well, last night, the EVAC movement, which is a organization co-founded by Donofrio, posted to Instagram that she had been suspended. But today, the district said that's not exactly true. Duval County Public Schools said she's been administratively reassigned to paid non-teaching duties effective today. They added that a human resources matter has been opened up. They're reviewing allegations of potential misconduct under school board policy and state conduct rules. Now, they say she is being presumed innocent in all this, but they say that she's been removed from the classroom for the time being while this matter is investigated, while it's resolved. And as we've seen in other instances when teachers have been accused of violating board policy, this is the typical scenario where they're removed from the classroom. They're still on the payroll, but they're removed from the classroom while the matter is being reviewed. Now, this comes at a tough time. As we know, for Lee High School, they're in the middle of the big debate over whether or not to change the name. The final meeting for that is tonight. I also spoke this morning to the Lee High School senior class president. She described the climate in the hallways as tense. I'm going to have more from her and more details on this situation with the teacher, Ms. Donofrio, coming up later tonight in our early evening newscasts. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station. It's been a year like no other at Lee High School. It started with a pandemic. Then in February, students staged a walkout demonstration over a district campaign during Black History Month. And today, we learned a Lee High School teacher was pulled from classroom duties after she disobeyed administrators who told her to take down a Black Lives Matter flag.
Black students matter.
18-year-old Deanna Burton was elected president of Lee High School's senior class this year. She said the nationwide push to remove Confederate monuments and rename buildings trickled down to Lee High.
It was talked about, and then it slowly started dwindling down simply because we're hitting the end of the semester. This is a time where we start grinding, where we start making sure our grades are together. So it was kind of put on the back burner for a lot of students.
But then this week, the debates over the name of Robert E. Lee High School and the controversy over teacher Amy Donofrio's Black Lives Matter flag spurred the students to plan a demonstration on Wednesday.
It was stopped. It was prevented. They were threatened.
The school administrators shut down the march, saying the students didn't go through the proper channels to get it approved. Burton said the students felt muted.
We're not being heard in the school. Now it goes hand in hand. So yes, tension. Yes, confusion, hesitancy.
As the school year moves into the final stretch and the final name change discussion tonight, I asked Burton,
regardless of the name, are you proud of your school?
Lately, I cannot tell what the school stands for. I don't know if we, the current students, are the school, if the alumni are the school, if the admin are the school, because each of them have a different agenda. I can't say I'm proud of the school without knowing what it stands for. And that symbolism and definition has been lost, but I will always be proud of my peers and my students.
The principal at Robert E. Lee High School is apologizing to students after a contentious few weeks at the school.
I want to tell you that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that any of you are feeling that you're not valued, that you are marginalized.
The statements come as the school's embroiled in a debate over its possible renaming and after a teacher was reassigned from classroom duties over her refusal to take down a Black Lives Matter flag from her classroom door.
News for Jax reporter Joe McLean joining us live from the high school tonight. Joe, the principal also said he wants to keep hearing from students.
In fact, Principal Timothy Fagan said he's going to be giving students a weekly opportunity to come directly to him and share any of their concerns or ask any questions. He said he wants to make sure that students know that their voices are being heard. More than 2 weeks after Lee High School administrators removed a Black Lives Matter flag from a classroom entryway, on Friday, Principal Timothy Fagans offered an explanation directly to students about the action, saying it was following district policy.
If that was a Blue Lives Matter flag or a LGBTQ pride flag, it would have to come down too. It just happened to be a Black Lives Matter flag that was up there. But I'm here to tell you, just because it's not displayed doesn't mean that it doesn't mean something to us. But we can't express that to you because then we'd be violating policy.
The comments were captured on students' cell phone video, which were posted to social media and provided to News for Jax. The videos don't specify why the owner of the flag, teacher Amy Donofrio, was reassigned to a paid non-teaching position, but the superintendent said she's being investigated for several matters relating to allegations of misconduct. In the videos, Fagans said he understands why students were frustrated and said that he wants to continue having an open forum with them. So he announced Fridays with Fagans, a new weekly period during the lunch hour when the principal would be available to hear any and all concerns from students about the high school.
And we're going to start putting together action plans so that we make sure everybody here feels valued and everybody here feels supported.
I spoke to several student leaders at Lee High School who said they were encouraged.
He is very genuine. I think it goes to show just how far he truly cares about the students.
It's very evident that he cares as well. It's actually followed up with action and he's matching our energy. And I think that's what's imperative here.
The principal also explained the reasoning behind why the school shut down a planned student demonstration that was in response to the removal of that Black Lives Matter flag. He also talked about the ongoing debate over changing the school's names. And as a reminder, the community balloting process for that name change starts 2 weeks from today. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.